And India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has strongly responded following India's strikes, part of Operation Sindoor or Operation Vermilion, on 9 sites across Pakistan. On social media X, the Defence Minister expressed national pride with the slogan Bharat Mata Ki Jai or Hail Mother India. And India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said, and I quote again, the world must show zero tolerance for terrorism. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi closely monitored Operation Sindoor throughout the night as the Indian Armed Forces executed precision strikes on 9 terrorist camps across Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The PM will be chairing the Cabinet Committee on Security later in the day. Meanwhile, the Indian Army will be holding a press briefing on Operation Sindoor at 10 a.m. IST or 4:30 GMT in New Delhi. Further details regarding the operation are expected to be shared during this briefing. Let me now go across to my colleague Akshay Dongre for more on this, joining us from the newsroom. Good morning, Akshay. This has been quite a day already, starting from late in the night, just before 2 a.m. That's when the first information came through. What all do we know so far about Operation Sindoor and its fallout?
Well, absolutely, Gautam. Exactly at 1:44 a.m., information was shared with the country and the entire world that the Indian Armed Forces in close coordination have carried out strikes at 9 locations inside Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as well. Now, the most significant part of this strike that has been conducted through missiles, through other kind of arms and ammunition, that still remains confidential, and the details will be shared today at 10 a.m. by the Indian Armed Forces. However, the attack has been precision based, the attack has been very limited, and the attack has been to only destroy the terror camps that are operating from Pakistan, and no civilian or military infrastructure was at target by any of the wings of the Indian Armed Forces. So the situation came to this after Pahalgam attack. For the last 12 days, Pakistan has been violating the ceasefire, attacking the Indian Armed Forces with small arms. But yesterday, when India retaliated at these 9 locations, that include 3 to 4 locations that are outside of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as well. That includes Sialkot, other areas of Bhavalpur, and the areas that have been identified after gathering a lot of intel, after a lot of information about terrorist hideouts, as well as their infrastructure from where they are operating. That is something that is called terror launch pads that are located all across Pakistan. So after these strikes were conducted, the reports that are coming in are stating that all the operational aircraft that had taken part in the operation are accounted for. They have returned safely, and soon after the attacks were carried out and executed by the Indian Armed Forces, Pakistan resorted to artillery shelling along the line of control as well as at the international border. So throughout from Jammu and Kashmir to Rajasthan, incidents of cross-border firing and shelling are being reported, and in fact in Jammu and Kashmir, 3 civilian casualties have unfortunately been reported because of the shelling, indiscriminate shelling that has been done by Pakistani armed forces. However, the Indian Army and other armed forces are retaliating. All of the Indian Air Force remains on high alert. Several of the airports have ceased operation for now. So the situation remains very critical. It's very sensitive. But at this point in time, the official information that we are sharing here on DD India is that Operation Sindoor, that was to destroy the terror launch pads inside Pakistan and PoK, have been destroyed in the night. And as of now, the Indian Army is retaliating to the artillery shelling that's being conducted by the Pakistani army. While there are tall claims being made, another weapon for the Pakistan armed forces right now is propaganda and false news. So several kind of propaganda messages, videos are being shared inside Pakistan, and that is understandable, Gautam, because the kind of attack that has been carried out by India is in fact a slap in the face for Pakistan. Despite the tall claims that Pakistan have JF-17 or F-16s or the kind of made in China air defense system that they have deployed, and despite being on vigil because India had announced aerial exercises along the borders with Pakistan, despite all of that, Pakistan was caught sleeping. All of these targets were destroyed and Pakistan could not retaliate. Hence, to pacify the public and to avoid any kind of uprising taking place in Pakistan, the armed forces as well as the government and Pakistani media, especially the official ones like ISPR, are resorting to fake news propaganda to the tune that the defense minister had said that about 10 to 20 Indian soldiers have been captured as prisoners of wars. However, later he retracted that his own statement. So you can imagine if the defense minister is making spreading false news and then retracting statements, then the kind of information that is being spread inside Pakistan is also we can understand the degree to which it is.
Yes, it's been a nation. It's been a nation long with a
Absolutely.
forked tongue. And nothing can be taken at face value where Pakistan is concerned. One can perhaps say that about another neighbor of ours, but we'll go there a little later.